Hello everyone and welcome to Edusurg Clinics. I am Dr. Gunjan Desai and today we'll continue our discussion on probability. And now we are going to focus more on various rules of probability, the types of events and how you can understand what kind of question is being asked to you in exam. So we have already discussed all these points, the random experiment, sample space, some events we have discussed like impossible event, null set, universal set. What is probability? The value is between 0 and 1. We have discussed cards, we have discussed dice rolling and single coin, one toss, sample space. So now we will go into a bit of details into the various types of events. A certain event is an event that is sure to happen. An impossible event is an event that can never happen. So for example, getting a 7 on rolling a single dice, we know that the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is no 7 on the dice, right? So it is an impossible event. The other difference is when you are asked between a simple event and a compound event. So understand that a simple or an elementary event is a single outcome event, like getting a heads on coin toss. So there is only one head in a coin, right? So that is a simple or an elementary event. Compound event means an event where more than one simple event is possible. For example, getting a red card in card shuffle. So we know from the last video, 52 cards, 26 are red. So there are 26 different possibilities. This is a compound event. So now when we toss a coin twice, okay, so you are tossing, say, two coins together or a coin twice. What is the sample space? The sample space can be that you got heads two times, that is HH. You got one head and one tail. You got one tail and one head, or you got both tails, right? So this is what you can be having in your sample space. Now you can have different events in this sample space, in this experiment, and the answers will be based on what you are asked, right? So suppose you are asked that you toss a coin twice, but you get at least one head out of these two tosses. Okay. So what are we looking at? We are looking, there is one head here, one here, one here. So your answer is 3 by 4, right? Because there are three possibilities in the sample space. This is a compound certain event because yes, you can get ahead. So there is no problem with that. Now, suppose you are asked that you toss a coin twice and you get both same. So the probabilities are two heads or two tails, right? So that is event B and the probability of B, that is probability of B will be 2 by 4, right? Now, suppose you are asked that what is the possibility that A and B can happen together? That is, you will have at least one head, but you will have both same. Okay. So basically from this sample space and this sample space, what is the probability that both A and B can happen? So when can that happen? You can compare these two sample spaces. The only possibility is H, right? So that is the probability A and B. So if we see, this is known as a Venn diagram. This is the entire sample space. A is the event A, you can see 3 by 4, and B is the event B, you can see 2 by 4, right? So that is how this can be discussed. When we go ahead, you can see that the intersection of events, this is known as intersection of events, that is A and B, right? So that is known as probability of A and B or A intersection B, right? That is what is here asked here, and the answer is HH, right? So PA intersection B, that is known as the intersection of events, which can be easily understood in this Venn diagram, or it is PA and B, where the value is HH and that is intersection. Now suppose you are asked PA or B, that is either A is happening or B is happening, then we know that the answer will be 4 by 4 or everything that is possible, and that is PA or B, right? So what is the formula here? This is also known as an addition rule. PA or B is PA plus PB minus PA and B, also known as PA union B. So this is known as union of two events. Okay. So if you understand these concepts, the terminologies are easier to remember, right? A intersection B and A union B. So A intersection B is HH, A union B is AB minus A and B. So that is how you can manage these options, right? So going to some of the rules that we have seen so far, intersection of events is PA, intersection B, we already saw. The common point of both these events is HH. A union B is addition rule or union of events, A or B, or this is known as union. The sign formula is A plus B minus PA and B. Now, suppose we remove the event B from the picture and we want to know what is the complementary event of A. Basically, out of this sample space, whatever is not there in A is a complement of A. So this entire space is complement of A. So basically P complement of A, and this is how it is written, is 1 minus P of A. So probability of the complementary event happening is 1 minus P of A. And that is how you can understand that if you bring this on the other side, PA plus P complement of A is going to be 1, right? So examples, you toss a coin and get heads. We know that the probability is 1 by 2. This is a single toss of a coin, right? So probability is 1 by 2. Then a complement will be you toss a coin and you get tails, which is again 1 by 2. The total of both is 1. Another example, roll a dice and get 2. The probability is 1 by 6 because there is only 1, 2 in the dice. Roll a dice and get 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 5 different possibilities. So it is 5 by 6, right? So that is how complement can be understood. Now just some basic understandings on the Venn diagram. One is, what is this area then? It is a complement intersection B, right? Basically, a complement intersection B. Okay, so this will be this entire area with this area, not this. Okay, so this is a complement intersection B, and this one will be A intersection B complement. That will be this area, right? So B complement, so this is not included, and this part of A. So that is A intersection B complement, right? Now coming to independent events, that is occurrence of one event does not affect the other. Now please understand this very carefully because when we see the next slide, you will confuse this with independent events. So understand the example. Suppose event A is that you drink coffee in the morning and event B is that it rains in the evening. Now, are these two related? The answer is no. Whether you drink tea or coffee, it can rain in the evening, right? Similarly, a student studies hard for an exam. Another event is that a car accident happens on a nearby road. Again, the two are not related. Similarly, all these examples are there. Basically, two unrelated household actions, or say your phone battery dies, but your friend gets a better job offer. Again, no connection between two events. You wear a red shirt, the football team wins their match. Again, not related probabilities, right? Coming to mutually exclusive events. Now, this is important. How you differentiate this from independent? Mutually exclusive event is one where an occurrence of event prevents the occurrence of the other event. So, suppose event A is light is on, then event B is light is off, right? You can't have on and off both at the same time. So, that is why they are known as mutually exclusive events. Okay, like you pass an exam or you fail an exam. A coin gives heads, a coin gives tail. Sleep versus awake. You attend a meeting, you skip the meeting. So these are very exclusive events. You can't have a midway that you do this also and that also. That is where you get an answer that the events are mutually exclusive events. Remember these terms, understand these concepts because they will help you when you study advanced probability and statistics. So to summarize the various type of events that we have studied, there can be a certain event where event that is sure to occur, then you can have an impossible event, a simple or a compound event. Then you have dependent and independent events as we have seen the examples, then mutually exclusive events, exhaustive events, basically where the set of all possible outcomes are included in that event, and then you have complementary events where we saw the example A and A complement, right? So these are the various types of events. Understand them, commonly asked in exam. It will make your upcoming understanding of topics easier. Now we will look at the type of probabilities, the joint marginal and conditional probabilities. We will see the Bayes theorem and its applicability in healthcare, distribution of probabilities, and like I have said, the calculations will be very basic without using advanced statistical formulas. Thank you.